and we're already ready for the next game, which is Wings of Y, so take it away. Alright, so let's start Wings of Y in 3, 2, 1, go. So this game, Wings of Y, is one of the games from Soulgreen. You might also know I Wanna Be the Boshi, which will come after my run. And if you know the games of Soulgreen, you know that they are really hard to play. And on your casual play you will die very often. Like me also. And yeah, let's see how it goes. This is Floating Keep, and it's more like a tutorial, like basic jumps and so. And here the run begins. So the green monster you see before was Sheol, the demon lord, and he escaped because Y threw a stone at him, and he shouts out so loud that she got knocked back to a switch where he got free, and then he escaped, and all demon spawns, and you have to fix it to kill him. So okay. So let's do it again. These little things are conwings, and we try to damage boost like this. And yeah, let's go to the first demon portal. Each portal has some HP, and you have to kill some waves to close it. And we got our first new mechanic. It's flutter. It's more like a horizontal movement, and we can jump through the cave now. So we are on the way to the next demon portal, where again some enemies will spawn, and taking this heart for save, it gives us 50 health. We are resetting the first wave because of the RNG of the flying fire guys. It's called Spreader. Because they are really tricky, and sometimes they spawn under the platform and you can't reach them. And so we have to kill only one of them from the last wave. And it's not really a time save, but it makes it a bit easier. Because sometimes they juke you a lot. So we are at the first boss. It's Miyugi, the daughter of Sheol, and she has 3 different attacks. One where she spawns some demons or demon eyes. Then a stomp where, okay, and this fire where she shoots at us. It's a really easy boss, just a tutorial boss to get into the game. And we got the next mechanic. It's very important for speedrunning because we can now slide, which makes us much more faster. And let's see. If I do everything correct, we have a good early cycle, and this makes us much more faster. For this area, after you enter the door, the cycle begins, and all is cycle based. So if you fail on one screen, there will be a delay on the other screens as well. So you have to go really fast through it. These things can really hurt you. They deal a lot of damage, but 60 and we have only 100, so it's more than half, and it... Yeah, 2 hits and we're dead. Alright. So we're on the way to the next boss, which is Bregora. He has 5 different attacks, so and he will start with randomly one, so it's a very RNG based boss. And if you're lucky, there are only 2 attacks where you can one cycle him. And also at 40 HP he enrages, where his attacks change a bit, became much more difficult to dodge. But we got it. Nice. You can damage him here just for fun. So a hard trick is coming up. It's called the falling skip, where you need a other save file. Nice first try. So the skip is like you're falling into the auto section, and if you load a different save file where you got a double jump already, you can save this jump, and after this you load your original save file, and if you press it really early you can jump and so skip the part where the auto scrolling section begins. So saving here just to get Ruby, the other angel, from our neck, because it will be a big of a problem if we enter the village with her. So we save outside. And now we got the double jump. So we are nearly to the next boss, which is Electrum. And he's the reason that in the village is no electricity, and you have to kill him to get electricity back at the city. Alright, he has 4 different attacks, and if we're lucky we dodge one attack where... okay, never mind. At this attack he is invincible and you can't hit him. So, and also, like Bregora, he enrages at around 50%. You can hit him a few more times if he's jumping or doing other different attacks. And you have to dodge some stuff big. Yeah. So this was it, and he's doing his last attack where he screams at you or jump and make a wave of thunderbolt. And also a very nice fight. So now we are able to shoot some orbs, 3, and after you shoot one, in a few seconds you can shoot this again as a reloading. And you can shoot this in 8 different directions. So when you jump you can shoot everywhere, which makes us a bit better for some enemies. like the wasps which are coming up. Trying to land on the fan to get another jump and reach the new save point. So fighting through these enemies, taking some hits to be faster, because each save filling up our life, so we don't need to kill everyone. And next skip is coming up, which is also a damage boost, where we try to get hit on the correct position to save around 40 seconds. Nice. So normally you have to go through a large area where some different platforming are coming up, but if we damage boost and get to the, hopefully, yeah, we reach the next save, so we doesn't have to do this. And this is Draw Cave. The problem in Draw Cave, there are so many spikes in it, and also these little wasps which are hitting you, which makes it much more difficult to go through it. And there was this skip, when you go outside the door and enter it fast again, the stone demon is throwing the stones through the wall, which is normally not possible, and you can clip on the top of the cave by a damage boost again. So this boss is called Amethyst. She has two enrich phases where she is spawning this giant beam which deals around 90 damage, and it's a normally you're one shot because you have 80 HP of the troll cave skip, and yeah, we try to avoid this. Oh wait. We died. The problem was I got so much damage in the early phase, which makes it much harder for me to stay alive on the last circle, because each time she enrages, her phases become faster and faster. Also, you can see here, she's spawning only 2 orbs, and in the last phase she's spawning 3. And all the other attacks are also difficult to dodge, much more difficult. And so we have to fight her again, sadly. She is one of the hardest bosses. Okay. Failed again. She always starts with the fire attack, where this fired. Sorry, I had to concentrate. Yeah, where she is spawning this fire on the ground, and also if you get hit on it, they deal 15 damage, but when you jump into one of them, they deal 25, so we try to avoid this. I try to circle the blue balls around me to make it easy for me to dodge them. Okay. At least, so try. Yeah. So now we have to go back to the village and go the other path from the cave before, which lead us to Sinister Grotto. There are some switches which are deactivate the lasers. They are dealing 100 damage, so they kill us instantly. And the good thing around this is each switch is for every circuit here, so we doesn't have to hit different one for the different circuits. It's just you hit one and all lasers are out for a few seconds. So this is a short auto-scrolling section with the minecart. You may read some donations if we have one. So.
We have 3 donations actually.
Oh, nice.
One is a $50 donation from Philip saying, "Hi ESA, hi brother." Well, actually it's not ESA. Okay, we're all watching you. Keep going and don't mess up. Greetings from Graz.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
We have another $10 from Kreinzi saying, "Graz from Graz. We're watching you. Do your best. Flachmitz, we love you."
Thank you. So we are on the way to the next boss, which is Dark Annihilator, and there was a skip found out a few months ago where you can, where Fraslow, the guy who found out this trick, you can melee hit him with one weapon. You have 7 different, and there is Sloth, the first we used for Miyugi, first boss, which is a burst attack, and it's possible to hit him with this attack, so he dies very fast, instead of hitting him only with orbs, which deal only 1 damage, and 1 hit with Sloth, the melee attack, is 9 damage. So this should be really fast if I do it correct. He also enrages at 40%, and usually there are coming some health drones from the right side you have to kill also. And okay, he's down. Yeah, and usually there are coming some heal bots from the right side, and you have to also manage it and killing this as fast as you can, because if they reach him, they are healing him, and yeah, it gets much more difficult, because at the end you have a short path with spikes at the end, and you have to kill him before you reach it, because they are instantly killing you also. Hit the spike, sadly. So you can see that my orbs are hitting the switch from the other side, which is a really nice way to deal with this spike circuit. And also here you can, if you're on the right position, you can hit through this little gap and make it really fast to go through. And here we have to go really fast because the lasers will kill the minecart instantly and you can't reach the end because there are area spikes and you need this minecart. So a bit too slow. You have to be really fast to get through this. Alright, another auto-scrolling section. If you have some donations, go ahead.
Yes, we actually have a $50 anonymous donation saying, "Go flachmitz!"
Thank you very much.
And there's another $5 donation saying, "Where's the bald man?" And another $10 from Zwickbert saying, "Backstage forever." Thank you for the many donations that are coming in.
Thank you for the donations.
And we're also closing in on... We're getting closer to 4,000 and it would be really nice if we could hit it soon.
So, we are on the next boss already, which is Terrain. She has 6 different attacks and after 3 she is channeling a large laser beam. And you don't want to get hit from it. It's instantly killing you. And this minecart on the left side are here to stop this laser. And normally you take one, wait for the next 3 phases and do this again. But we should be able to kill it with one circle. And can use every minecart to damage the Orion. Nice. So we got a toolbox. This guy before needed to get back to the village and now we had everything done here and we are going with Ruby and Amethyst in the Underworld, where some few new enemies are coming up, like this skeleton. He is jumping on you on your last position where you were, and it's really difficult to handle it because you need a good timing to get it. Also, these trees deal a lot of damage and have 10 HP, which are a little bit tanky. And we are at the last demon portal to close. So last wave and last enemy, and we're done. Now we are able to dash with some wings they are lying around here by using the flutter button. Resetting here for a good cycle. So this, if we are on fire, we can't dash and we instantly fall down, so you should be dodging this spawning fire every time when you need some feathers. Taking the safe, please, thank you. So. Also, if you move the skeletons around you and you get them off screen, this fog wall will instantly despawn because the game thinks there are no enemies left and you are able to go into. Alright. So next boss is coming up is Craterak. He has 4 different attacks on each side of the cave, and they are also randomly, so we have to be able to handle every attack at every time. Only hit the 2 stones, which is pretty bad. If you land more all stones, you can basically 2-cycle him if you doesn't miss any orbit. But it's very, very difficult. I actually never got it. It was sometimes very close, but yeah, I never got it. So, and we are on the right side of Craterak. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately we died here. Best cycle you can get on the first phase is if you're doing the stones on the last attack, because you can position you on the front of him and hit him very easy with all of them. Okay, 3 is not so bad. Sometimes it's really weird because he is doing some attacks twice or missing 1 attack, and so which makes it not easier to fight him, and we got him on the second try. So on this area we have to get 3 keys to get to the next boss, and on the end the master key to open the final gate. And on each key there are a center before, and these guys are very tanky. They have 35 HP and they spawn a fire which is flying around them and dealing not that much damage, but can be a bit annoying. So we also skip the save, because if we save here and going back there, this part will be much more difficult because of some falling stones and some other stuff which is going on there. So try to avoid this and go back to the initial save to dodge this attack. One more try, and if we don't make it, I will save before that. There are some different ways to get up there, and everyone can choose his easiest way for himself to get through. And yeah, some are a few seconds faster, some are a bit safer but slower. And we got our 3 keys, and we are on the way to this Craterak worm, which is following us and try to kill us if we are too slow. And last feather. So And there's also a troll spike at the end where you can easily die if you don't see it or doesn't jump too early to get over it. So another centaur defending the last key we need. And some fire gas. Alright, and we got the last key. So we are moving around the conwing to bring it to the boss, which helps us with a damage boost to skip the trigger phase, and so we don't have to fight him, which is pretty nice because he's one of the hardest bosses. As you see, there are 3 gargoyle statues which have different attacks, and it's getting more and more chaotic the longer the fight is on, and so we are really happy to can dodge this. So another damage boost to get it fast up here, and we are trying to get the library skip where we need the feather and got the extra height if we instantly flutter after we dash, and we got it first try, which is really nice, and we don't have to go through the large library where a lot of these brutes here, as you can see on the left side, they are channeling and throwing a big laser beam on you when you're facing them, and you got slowed and you can't move correctly, and they doesn't stop until you're dead. So try to avoid this. So another auto-scroller, and for casual plays it's really the hardest part, or one of the hardest parts of the run. There are so many things you have to dodge and avoid, like this blue boars which deal 60 damage, and at the end you have to fight 2 skeletons, and they also deal 20 damage when you got hit, so you're really fast dead, and these black holes also instantly killing you. Yeah, it's really hard for the first try. Okay, got him out of screen so we can go through the wall. And don't get grabbed by the hands. Flutter here to move the conwing around and don't get hit after we land on these platforms, which immediately despawn after we touch on this. And we are back to Miyugi. She studied in the library and got a lot of new spells which she is hitting on us. And I messed up. What I'm trying here is to damage her and instantly healing her while she has this yellow bar on. Okay. So each time we're hitting her, the yellow bar is raising up, and after you hit her while the yellow bar is still full or a bit full, she get healed, and we try to heal her 6 times before we actually deal damage on her to get a skip later on where she is at 40 HP. So. Now I have to hit her 6 times to get her on 40 HP, and I have to wait for a different attack where she is spawning 2 stones, like here. And if I did it correct, okay, I failed up. It's a 4-frame window where the stones are on the right position to hit her. You can see it when you're watching on the windows behind. And if they are aligned with the stones, you have to hit her. And if you do it correct, this rage mode doesn't appear, and you can instantly hitting her again and kill her really fast. There's also a new orb which is spawning the skull here, and this won't appear. You have to manage him by hitting him off screen. And as you can see, it's getting more and more chaotic and difficult, and yeah, at least we got her without the skip, but okay, I'll take it. So, taking damage to get fast here, you can slide and instantly spamming attack to kill this turtle. Getting hit here, oh okay. And now we have, okay, never mind. You have to hit this last maggot queen to spawn a portal, and after this the path is clear and you can get to the next area. So we have to kill her and all these little maggots she's spawning. So now we are on the way to a little puzzle room where you have to enter a password, and you can see the right order on the background where these stone pillars are shown up, and these are the numbers for 1, 2 and 3, how to hit them. To open a gate on the right side here, and to this gate. And now we are here on the chamber where we have an audio bug. The first time you have entered this room, there is no audio, at least until you die or pressing reset. So if I do everything correct, we will hear no sound until we get to the boss. Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter because the sound is really good here. Bit slower. Yes. Trying to move the skeletons around me to kill one. Nice, got it. You can kill one or kill both, or if you there's also possible ways where you kill none of them, and if you do it correct you can easily go through. And there's also a center where you can let him jump down from the ledge if you don't touch the ground before. And okay, short reset. We are at the next boss, which are the twin orcs. You have 2 bosses this fight, and the problem is you have to kill them both nearly at the same time, because if you kill one, the other one is on rage mode and try to kill you, and the other is regen, and this was too much damage. And if one of the twin orcs regen around 30% of HP, she will come back and you have to kill them again. So you really need to lower their HP nearly to 0 and then kill both at the same time. Alright, so we got the purple one down to few HP, and now we are hitting the red one. So knocking one down and try to kill her really fast. Nice. You can instantly reset here because it's a bit faster to reset instead of waiting until they are dead and the fog wall will disappear. So just reset, it counts, and go to the next path. So this is Path of Decay. It's nearly the last section and it's really hard platforming here, and also some puzzles and these hearts where you have to move to through to kill them. Also new enemies, these giant worms, which dealing a lot of damage and are chasing you all the time. So you have to kill them fast because it will be hard to kill them after they're moving so much around you. A bit too slow. So this heart has 4 HP, so you have to go through it 4 times. And right, last one, and you have to land on the platform, and now they disappear and you can go through it. But we are not done yet. There are still some enemies, and alright, we are at this new save and coming to a very hard section. So it's more of a climbing section where these platforms are disappear when you land on them, and if you fall down you can't get up again, and yeah, you have to kill the enemies fast and don't waste too much platforms because you can't get up if you fall down and miss too much. This Bone Snake is another auto-scroller, and if you are up for some donations, go ahead please.
Oh, sorry, I was a bit distracted here. Yeah, we have donations. We have $10 from Gary saying GG from Oggy.
Okay.
And we also have $20 from Ayakan saying greetings from Köflach. Big brothers are watching you, Flachmitz. Good luck from Patrick, Reinhard, Pseudo, Bernie, and the crew. Rocket, my boy.
Okay, so we found the last mechanic in this run, which is the demon form of Y. She turns into a meatball for something. The most runners call it meatball. And you, after you hold the action button, you turn into this ball and you can navigate around the area. And you need to catch all this red fire here to keep the ball alive and don't turn back into your normal form. This demon form is very useful for the next boss, you really need it. Okay, I was too slow here and Brute turned around and won't stop hitting lasers until I die, so we have to do it again. So getting the center off screen by don't touching a platform and moving the skeleton off screen to get through it really fast. And we're at Azrael. She got a shield after 5 attacks and became invincible for a short time, and so we try to avoid this by hitting her only 4 times. Okay. So, and you also see these red spikes which can be dodged by the demon form. You have to press on the attack button to let these red spikes getting closer to you, which makes it not possible to hit her while you are around of these things. So you turn into the meatball and dodging it, and then you can hit her again. She's also spawning these blue spikes which are randomly flying around. They have no right pattern. And there are also some portals and these black holes which are getting bigger and bigger if you don't kill them instantly. But we try to keep her on one side to get away from some portals like this on the left side. And she's dead. So this is the last area of this run. We are now getting to Cheu, which is the Demon Lord. So a bit of platforming here, waiting for Amethyst to spawn these ice platforms to get through this poison lake. If I land on the last one. So, there's so many spikes here and you have to be really careful to dodge this. Also these enemies are really annoying. And there's also a poison wave which is following you, and if it reaches you, you're dead, so you can't wait and get the right position for the enemies and so to be far to survive. So you have to go really fast through it. And yeah, now we are on Cheu, which is now blue. He got his power back and he's trying to defeat us really fast. So he's spawning these spikes as you see, and you can get this out of the area and hit on him. If you land it on his head, they are dealing more damage than if you land a body hit. So you always try to land headshots. There's also this yellow skull chasing you and filling up this yellow bar above his health bar. If this bar is getting full, he is in a invincible mode and throwing spikes on you, and if you didn't kill this ice which are flying to me, they are also healing him. But we got him first one. Nice. So unfortunately we are a bit over time, but we are at the last boss. It's the final form of Jeul. It's called Supreme Jeul, and it's a really tough fight, because the area we are fighting is like a poison cloud or something, and we are continuously losing HP by standing here. So we need these green orbs from the fairy to heal ourselves. The problem is these orbs doesn't give us more health than we have, so if we got hit from him, we have no way to get this HP back by collecting more and more these green orbs. So they're only here to stay alive on this area. He also doing the scream where you have to stay on her shield to survive, and also laser and orb attack to make us the life much harder. And also, like all the other bosses, he enrages at 40 HP and become much more difficult. He is shooting the laser up and down if he enrages, and also the orbs are 2 waves, and if he is touching the ground and sliding on it, he's spawning these worms which dealing a lot of damage, so you also have to avoid this. And also these circles on the background are getting activated when you stand too long in it, and they are giving you a dot where you are getting damage over time, and this makes this fight really tough. So and he's down, and time. So unfortunately we are a bit over time, but yeah, it's a really hard game, and there's so many things that can go wrong, and at least 71 deaths, which is, yeah, solid time, solid number. So, and a short thing, because it's a solo game and there are some customization things, there is a potion where you can get a Bosch icon and also a pet, and I hope this will get a bit much more funnier for the next run, which is I Wanna Be the Bosches. So thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, this was Wings of We.
Yes, thanks for showing us the run, Flachmitz, and you have a lot of really big community there. I still have 3 donations left which couldn't get read through the run, so I'll just clean them out.